Hey YouTubers, today I want to do a review of the 2017 Kawasaki ZX10R versus the 2017 Yamaha R1. So I'm going to do a pros and cons of both bikes, and then I'll give you my conclusion. So let's talk about the Kawasaki ZX10R first. Actually, before we talk about the specifics of both bikes, I've done reviews of both bikes. I've ridden both bikes many times. I own a ZX10R, the 2015 model, and when I got that, I evaluated the 2017 model, and I decided to get the earlier model, which I'll explain in another video. But today we're talking specifically about the 2017 ZX10R. So the pros of this bike are that its price is cheaper than the R1. It retails for $616,099. It's about $600 cheaper than the R1. The R1 is $16,699. I'm talking about the ABS version. The other pro of the Kawasaki ZX10R is it has Brembo brakes, and the Brembo brakes is just amazing, and it's got those. The other positive of this bike, the other pro of the ZX10R is the suspension. It has the Showa's advanced 43mm balance-free fork, which brings state-of-the-art world's superbike racing suspension technology to this bike. And this is just amazing suspension, just state-of-the-art technology. On the brakes earlier on, I forgot to mention that it also has a stainless steel brake lines that help contribute to better feel of the front lever. The other thing about this bike is I think the styling of this bike, the ZX10R, is a little bit more universally accepted. With the R1, the styling is either you like it or you don't. You like it, very MotoGP oriented. I also think the ZX10R just looks like a more meaner bike than the R1. The other benefit of the ZX10R is that it has a lot more Kawasaki dealership support here in California, where I live in Northern California. Let's talk about the negative of the ZX10R. The key negative that I see with this bike is very hard to find negatives, but the key negative of this bike is the weight. It weighs about 454 pounds. It's much more heavier than the R1. The R1 weighs 441 pounds. So this is almost 14 pounds more heavier than the R1, which is kind of crazy, I think. So let's talk about the R1. So the 2017 R1, ridden this bike many times. A lot of my friends have it, and the pros of this bike are the fact that I love the display of this bike. The TFT, the electronic display is just amazing. That dashboard is just amazing. The other thing that I find is on a pro on the R1 is the fact that I think the electronics are more user friendly, and the electronics are slightly more easy to use than the ZX10R. This is also a much lighter bike than the ZX10R. This one weighs 441 pounds. The other key benefit of the R1 is the crossplane engine. Man, the sound of the crossplane engine is just absolutely phenomenal. I haven't heard an engine sound that good when you rev it in all gears, especially when you get the revs up. It just sounds bloody amazing, man. Bloody amazing. The other key benefit of the R1, and this is specific to me, is I think it fits me better than the ZX10R because I like the height of it. It's a taller bike, and you're sitting on top of the bike. And for me, my body type, I'm 6 foot, 185 pounds, right? So for me, it suits me. It fits me much better. It's a better fitting bike for me than the ZX10R. So let's talk about the negative. The negative of this bike is obviously the price. It's more expensive than the R1. It's about $600 more, which is it's not that much, but it is still more expensive. And then the styling. It's a styling that you either like or you don't like. It took me a while to get used to the R1 styling, so I had to acquire the taste of the R1 styling. It's very kind of cutting, very sharp cutting, versus the styling on the ZX10R is more universal. So in conclusion, what is my conclusion? Which is the better leader bike? To be honest, so I'm going to answer this from two perspectives. One is from an emotional perspective, and then one is from a rational perspective. from an emotional perspective, I think that the R1 is a more fun bike for me. I find riding the R1 more fun, particularly with the sound of that crossplane engine, and it just fits me better. And just overall, the bike fits me better, fits my body type, my kind of body type much better than the ZX10R. And I also think it's a more fun bike with the crossplane engine. Now, if I was to kind of answer the question, from a logical perspective, okay, for using my brain objectively, then I honestly think with the ZX10R you're getting more for the money, because you're getting better suspension, you're getting better braking, and then you're also getting better dealership support. Now, I was when I was trying to get both bike, I did consider the R1, the ZX10R, and ultimately I went for the ZX10R, my version, the 2015 model. But the tipping point for me, that took me from to the Kawasaki versus the Yamaha. I could have gone either way, both are great bikes. But the tipping point for me was the fact that Kawasaki had won the World Championship, the Superbike Championships, in 2015 and 2016 and 2014, right? So they were the reigning World Superbike champion, and Yamaha wasn't really finishing anywhere there. BMW wasn't even finishing there. So that's the only reason I went with the Ninja, the ZX10R. So my conclusion is you can't really go wrong with both bikes. Both litre bikes are just amazing. You'll be happy with either one. But for me, I kind of explained my thought process, and I'm very happy with my ZX10R. I love my ZX10R, but I could have just been just as happy on the on the R1 as well, or any other litre bike. So anyway, I know on the R1 as well. So that's my conclusion. Thank you for watching. Please now I may be totally wrong on this, so you kind of feel free to leave your comments and your comments below. I could be totally off on this, but I'm happy to hear your opinions and your point of views. And thank you for watching, and also please to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a good day.